Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. His name is Jimmy the Bag. This is Loshak and The Bag show for Tuesday, September 4th. Yesterday was a little bit of an annoying day for me, Jimmy the Bag. Once again, leans all cashed. A few of my plays that I gave as official picks won, but overall my picks officially lost. But my personal account won. I was winning on my personal accounts because I bet all my leans. So yesterday was an annoying day, but today I resolved to give most of my leans and to have some winning plays. I think I'm going to have a modestly winning day today, Jimmy the Bag. Yesterday was frustrating. What people were talking about all day yesterday, I couldn't shut up about the Mets game under. I said it was obvious low-hanging fruit. You had that one. Very nice. For me, I had I bet the Dodgers first 5 under 1.5, the full game under 7. They both cashed, and you had the first 5 under. That one cashed. For some reason, I just didn't give it as a pick, Jimmy the Bag. But I'm going to be focused today, and I'm going to go down if I go down with my best pitch. And I think I got some winning plays today, Jim.
My nightmare continues. Raul Portwando sadly followed me on the Rangers play, which
yeah, that was. I knew the Angels was a play. The Rangers are a play today. That's definitely going to be a pick.
I think the Rangers are a play today, too. Yeah, just another situation of, they score 18 runs the day before, and then the following day their offense is going to be quiet. I just thought that this talent disparity was enormous, but it didn't seem to matter.
Yes.
Very disappointing. Sorry, Ralph, for his late tale. It's Joshua Smith's birthday.
Very nice.
You know what? Let's focus on a giant birthday pick for. Not that he's asking for one.
Yeah.
Not that he's asking for one.
Yeah.
So let's focus on a giant birthday pick for Joshua Smith. And I put on my Costa Rican national soccer jersey.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm wearing SBR stuff here. If you can see company man here. Yeah.
Because this is it. This is the last thing I could possibly think of that might bring any kind of good fortune. If this fails, because your Yankees jersey failed, the prior shirt didn't work, and nothing has worked. So my nightmare continues. I hope it's this. Yellow Jesus is looking colorful today. Boys, you know what, Yellow Jesus? I need my picks to be blessed today by you. I'm falling apart here. But we got a good group with us, man. Kobe, Israel Williams, Underdog, Baseball Bob, Dan, Monaco. One play yesterday, Oakland minus 116. That was a play I was on today. I was on yesterday as well, which was nice. You know what? I doubled up on the Rangers game and the Giants game. If I had just singled those games, it would have been a break-even day, but I doubled up on them, sadly.
Yeah, that was another one. Dan Monaco said Oakland was in low-hanging fruit yesterday. Again, that's another one I bet. I mentioned in the show, all my leans, I mentioned that I bet them. I bet Oakland -1. I bet the first 5 innings team total over 2 to hit Sabathia. But for some reason, left them in my leans column. Didn't give them as official picks. I'm going to try not to do that today. Everyone who had Virginia Tech yesterday, wow, Virginia Tech won outright money line. The game went way under. I knew I was feeling nervous because there were some people that I really respected who were liking the under. And as far as as Virginia Tech crushing Florida State, obviously Florida State has a way to go in week 1 of college football. There's a lot of educated guesses that you have to make. Congratulations to everyone who had Virginia Tech. Some heavy hitters at Florida State yesterday. Angel Romero, Nostra Toda, some others, some heavy hitters at Florida State, but I would say a few more heavy hitters. It would seem to be about 60% Virginia Tech, 40% Florida State, and of course the Virginia Tech people were totally dead on. Great calls to everyone who had Virginia Tech yesterday. Ray Williams, adamant that FSU was overrated. I wonder if SFU is going to continue to be overrated going forward, or if they're going to come together under Taggart and at some point become the productive offense that they're hoping to be this year. Are they going to continue to be overrated, Ray Williams? Hard to say, but what do you think?
You know, the game was horrifying. You know, I mean,
did you watch it?
I watched parts of it. I watched most of the first half until I was just sick. And then I focused on the Rangers and just tried to give them some glory. But yeah, those guys who at Virginia Tech were right on. You know, the first week of college football is tricky, and I want to tread softly. I've only played 8 games, bet 7 of them, and it's not being great so far. But I think if we just keep focusing and studying that everything will come together. But yeah, Francois is going to be second-guessing himself. Florida State, Taggart's going to be second-guessing himself. And Virginia Tech showed that you can only have 4 starting defenders come back, but still, if you put the right group together and coach and put them in the right spot, that they're going to take care of business. But Angel Romero says Florida State didn't even show up. Pathetic showing. Yeah,
on the other hand, Tomar saying he's seen some positive signs. He says that I wouldn't say Tech crushed them. Florida State just couldn't finish drives. Jackson still isn't consistent at quarterback. Tech should be a good under team with their defense. And Tom Marino says Francois should get stronger and the young defense should get better. So there you go. So Tom Marino, we're seeing some positive signs for Florida State. Angel Romero saying Florida State didn't even show up. Pathetic. But yeah, Tom Marino had Florida State. Angel Romero had Florida State. Nostratoda had Florida State. King Rail had Virginia Tech, though, didn't he?
King Rail had Virginia Tech on the money line, man, on the money line.
There you go, King Rail. Shout out to King Rail. Very nice job.
Superior
Very
Sports had Oakland and Virginia Tech. Great work. Ray Williams says FSU roster is not the same as they used to be. Eventually, FSU will show improvement this season, but look at year 2 and 3 under Taggart when his recruits show up.
I mean, that's usually the way it works with coaches, of course. Year 3 is when the big improvements usually are expected to come.
Major League Baseball lineup alert. This makes so much sense to me. This is a smart move by Schilt, and thank you for letting us know, Kobe. Cardinals will start John Gant tonight. Miles Michaelis.
He's
Michaelis
out, huh?
will start Wednesday. Just push back because I was not going to back Michaelis. I mean, he looks like he's dealing with fatigue. Thank you for the heads up.
Okay. So Gant is in.
Gant is in.
Okay. That's certainly yes. Wow, that's certainly interesting because I'm seeing Michaelis still listed here at SBR odds. But okay, so some other comments coming in. Tom Marino had Florida State and the under. Very nice. Let's see. Trenton Claxton asking for WNBA first. There are 2 Game 5s tonight. We'll see what King Rail has to say about that and others. Drew Daddy says WNBA first. Did you look into WNBA yet, Jim?
I'm just going to spend most of the time on the afternoon show with the full
that's
slate,
what I was going to do.
But I mean, we can definitely talk about it. We know the situation clearly for both sides. I've got the plus 550 hanging over me with the Storm, so I have not fully decided whether I'm going to hedge or not, but I'm leaning towards hedging. Did you want to break down WNBA first?
No, I will. First, no, I want. Well, I guess we can touch on it. We can touch on it and then come back to it. See if anyone has any opinions first. Just want to get some other comments. Annie Marak, who kills MMA, says, "I truly do not get how people cap MMA successfully." Annie Marak, I think more people would say, "I truly do not get how some people can cap MMA successfully." You and I know how to handicap MMA successfully. I'm up 30 units in MLB. Annie Marak last year. Every year I expect to be not my expectation, but my hope, my goal is to be up about 2% ROI with a big sample size of picks. That's what I did last year. It was about 2%. It was almost exactly 2% ROI. Big sample size of picks. This year, even though I've been down a little bit recently, I'm up about 2.2% ROI. Big sample size of picks. And the answer is there's a lot of variance in MLB. So with any given pick or any given play, there's a lot of random factors that can cause a play that was good to lose or a play that was bad to win. And the other thing is that so your playing percentages really is about weighted coins. The other thing is that a lot of my plays in MLB are peripherals, second halves, team total overs. I am though still Jimmy the Bag. I said it yesterday and it's true and I'm proud of it. I'm top 100 in MLB on covers. Top 100 out of like 6,000. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's a fine record that I've got. Nothing mind blowing, but positive in both sides and totals. Overall, solidly positive both sides and totals overall in the year. Top 100 in covers, and we'll see what September brings. But you're absolutely right, Annie Marak. There's a lot of factors involved. There's a lot of advanced stats and analytics. Obviously, people pay attention to who's in the lineup, which Kobe Valentine and others pay close attention to in our shows. Great question and comment from Annie Marak. I would say more people say I truly do not get how people can cap MMA successfully than MLB, and you know how to handicap MMA successfully, Annie Marak. Great question, though. Great comment. All right, what else do we have?
Not flush. Alan posted it here. Virginia Tech moneyline and Dodgers under parlay.
Very nice. Very
Beautiful
nice
stuff.
Yeah, so Ray Williams predicting improvement from FSU in years 2 and 3 under Taggart, not necessarily this year. Okay, let's see some other comments, and then we will get to we'll touch on WNBA and we'll get to MMA.
Ski Profit says Pete looking extra fresh lately.
Yes, you know what I mean. I mean, look, you got to look like a winner to be a winner. I'm trying to impress everyone in the world. As you know, my goal is to try to please everyone, even though people say that can't be done. I'm trying to please media executives. I'm trying to please the SBR hires up. I'm trying to please the old timers. I'm trying to please millennials. I'm trying to please the haters. And I look like someone said that I look like an early 90s fisherman and a company man. Early 90s fisherman.
Early 90s fisherman.
Yeah. Hey, let's go catch some marlins or whatever. I've never been fishing.
Well, you don't
Jimmy,
sound like an early 90s fisherman.
how do fishermen talk?
John Roy says, any overnight bets, Loshak?
Yes. I bet Texas for sure. I bet. Let me see. I'll tell you right now what the bets were that I made on the overnight, and then we will get to MLB. Because again, it's just because again, I did have a winning day, a modest winning day yesterday, but a winning day, and it was just all my leans that cashed. I did bet Texas -1 on my covers account. I had the Angels yesterday. Also bet Angels second half. I did pull the Angels bet that I had on the opening line. Let's see. So I did bet Texas -1 on the overnight line for sure. Got a good number on that one. I bet, let me see, what else did I bet on the overnight line? I'm looking at it. I did take a small shot with the White Sox Detroit under at 9. We'll talk about that one. Let me see. Texas was the big one. I did take a shot with Boston -1. I did take a shot with that one. A small shot with Miami at plus 130, whatever. And I think that was about it. I did take a shot with the under 9 in St. Louis as well, but now with Michaelis out, then that is probably a canceled bet. So the only big bet that I really made was Texas -1. Also took a shot with Boston, modest, and also took a shot with the under in the White Sox. But other than that, I have a bunch of peripherals, again, circled as plays that I really want to make, and we'll get into all that. Jimmy the Bag, I just like to start the show by looking at all the interesting comments that are coming in, and then we will get into the handicapping. Any comments jumping out at you, Jim?
Yeah, King Rail thinks you look like a jockey that rides unicorns.
That's nice. I feel like a jockey that rides uniforms. Yes, very, very nice. No, I feel like it's a good look. It's also a company man look. Absolutely. Shout out to King Rail. Let's start with WNBA.
Sure.
Now that since we have King Rail in the house right now, immediately in commenting, I'm sure he has his opinions, if not picks, on the 2 games that go tonight.
First, Nutflush says you look like the guy rowing the boat through the little river in France.
Oh, those are such wonderful comments today. I look like a fisherman from the early 90s. I look like someone else said that I look Puerto Rican, which is a compliment, which is a big compliment.
And Mark is going to be photoshopping that shit on you. You on the unicorn. You on the unicorn will be ready today.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. And Annie Marak, if you want to Photoshop me on some kind of a fishing boat. I've never been fishing. I'm not about that stuff. I love nature, but I've just never been in it. Photoshop me on a catamaran or anything like that.
I think just the unicorn, man. Let's focus on the unicorn.
Okay. Red Girl says, hey, y'all, I'm here. Everyone's in here. Let's see. Chazzy Ncoin says, Chump's getting wrecked. Yes, that is true. Let me see. Angel Romero says, most of my profit comes from soccer. No shit. Yeah, Angel Romero. Shout out to Angel Romero. And the lesson here is do what you do well. You know what I mean? No reason to bet things and tail when other people do well.
Shaquille Bell killed it with the Padres. First half, run line, money line. Nostra Tota, reverse run line, Padres. Beautiful.
Kendrick Brown says you look like Tom Selleck's drunken brother. Oh my God, that's another compliment. There you go.
KG says Pete looks great.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, shout out to Shaquille Bell. Let me see. I just want to make sure there's no handicapping comments that we skipped, and then we
did skip some WNBA comments if we want to touch on that first. A couple big points. One, Tomor said, and we all saw it, the game changed when Sue Bird's nose got broken. So a lot of people think Seattle will roll, but we know Taurasi's record in these kind of extremely important games are exceptional, worth. And Red Girl says I will have a video for you guys.
Very nice.
So we know, I don't think there's no shame for me at least. There's no shame in hedging that spot. I am going to hedge that to some degree, not very much, just at least break even on both sides. And then Tomer says I like Atlanta +3. Della Dawn was effective as a decoy because Atlanta didn't know how limited she would be. I don't think her being on the court will have the same impact in this game. And then Trenton Claxton says Phoenix first quarter in full game, Atlanta first quarter.
Okay, so I did not. I actually tried to. I was going to do a surprise today. I was going to handicap German Bundesliga handball. I couldn't. It was impossible for me to find any information on it. I was trying to find information on German Bundesliga handball, but I mean, it looks like a market that I feel like I could beat. But I could not find any information. Impossible. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I can possibly find out some stats and information on the handball league. But there is a German Bundesliga handball league, and I was gonna cap it, but I just couldn't find. I couldn't find anything. I couldn't even find I found one Bet365 related list of standings. I could not find anything on that. I think I might have to search in German, which is going to be tough, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. Okay. Okay, let's see.
Nostra saying keep riding these Padres. Called up tons of studs from El Paso.
Yes.
And Paco Healy says Padres indeed, Nostra.
And that does tend to happen in September.
Oh, look, Charles Tapley's joined us. How I've missed this show.
Oh, Charles Tapley. Of course I remember
Blunkin'
Charles
Spice.
Tapley.
That's his code name, Blunkin' Spice. Welcome back, Charles.
Trenton Claxton likes both games under WNBA. All right, so let's quickly touch on WNBA. Again, I did not handicap WNBA on the overnights. Why? Because first of all, I wanted to hear what everyone else had to say. Second of all, because I was digging for German Bundesliga handball information, which I couldn't find.
Focusing all your time on German Bundesliga.
Yes, but we can start with WNBA. 2 Game 5s, of course, Washington and Atlanta, and Phoenix and Seattle. Trenton Claxton says both games under, which would make some sense in a game like this, especially first half under. The totals have not moved at all. Total 163.5 for Atlanta, 170.5 for Seattle and Mercury. What are your first general thoughts on these matchups, and then we'll see if anyone has any initial thoughts or any initial advice on the WNBA games. Shout them out now, because in about 2 or 3 minutes we're going to dig into MLB. Jim, what are you thinking here? Trenton Claxton liking unders in both games.
Well, King Rail says, I mean, the unders actually, I don't know about the Phoenix-Seattle game right now, but certainly the Atlanta-Washington game makes sense. And King Rail says, where's the scoring going to come from for Atlanta? Mystics guards do what they want, and they have no answer for Dawn. You have to score to beat the Mystics. I agree with that. But I'm going to spend the afternoon. I've copied and pasted some of the comments. I'm going to spend the afternoon on those games. I do have the second episode of The Audible today with Donnie Rightside, so I'm going to be pretty busy in the afternoon, but I definitely have time because I've handled the whole MLB schedule, so now I just got to focus on those 2 WNBA games.
Very nice. Yes, I'm thinking about first quarter and or first half under in this Atlanta game. Let me see if the first quarters are out yet. Even I will check that, but definitely in the Atlanta game, I was thinking first quarter and or first half under. Full game under as well, but that one may be a little dicier. But definitely thinking about first quarter and or first half under. While I check to see what the totals
Drew
are.
Daddy says, when are we talking Sunday NFL? We haven't even put that schedule.
I mean, whenever you want to, Jim. We got to figure it out. We got so much to cover. The mandate of this show is to cover the day's events, but we can do it.
I think we should do it on, how about Wednesday, Thursday, Friday late show?
Okay, whatever you want to do, Jimmy the Bag. We can play.
We'll do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday late shows. And Al Mack also giving in his Mexican soccer plays. Some really nice spots here. He's got a parlay. He's got a couple plays here. I have copied and pasted those, and he's hitting hard, very hard in Mexican soccer, just like Romero.
He is, huh?
Yeah.
All right, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to start off with a play. I'm going to start off with an official play. I will with WNBA. I will start off with the first quarter under in the Atlanta-Washington game. I would also be leaning first half under. I'm going to think about whether I want to. Do we have the WNBA record up there? Do we have the WNBA record? Let's throw that WNBA, because I cashed with Phoenix first quarter. Remember last game? Other people like Phoenix on the full game. Listen, some people look at that record. That's not that great. I look at that record and your record, Jimmy the Bag, plus 4% ROI. Almost on 150 picks, almost. That is fine as far as I'm concerned. And I will start off with a first quarter totals play here in the Atlanta-Washington game. 41. It's going to be minus 110 at Intertops. Do we have the Intertops? Yeah, the promo codes are up there. Yeah. Thank you so much to Intertops for giving us a promo code, sponsoring the show, whatever the hell they're doing. If you'd like to sign up at Intertops, and if you notice in our shows, they do often have the best lines when we quote them.
They do.
More often than I would expect. And right here is a perfect example. First quarter, Atlanta, first quarter under 41 minus 110. It's 41 minus 111 at Pinnacle. So Intertops hitting us up with the best first quarter under a line for Atlanta, Washington. That's an official play, Jim.
I like it. It makes sense. Jim Tolson saying, could we catch some NFL analysis on an early show? We can only do that when we have a slight schedule, so Thursday would be perfect. Yeah, I think I do think. Here's what I think we should do. We got to get it together, Jim, and we got to figure out what we expect our schedule to be, and then tell the viewers what that will be. And be like, these are the days that we're going to cover what. Yeah. Okay, what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Because Thursdays make the most sense because it's a light baseball schedule.
Yeah. The mandate is to cover that day's betting events. So obviously we'll cover all midweek football games, but the weekends is sort of up in the air. All right, and then the other one is Phoenix and Seattle. Any comments coming in on the Phoenix-Seattle game? Well, just Tomor believing that Seattle's going to run. Tomor was saying that Phoenix came
Game 3, outplayed Seattle. Seattle made adjustments. We're going to win Game 4 until Sue Bird broke her nose. Now they're going back home. There's a lot of pressure on them, but that all makes sense. That all makes sense to me. I think I'm just going to do a simple hedge here on the money line. I mean, I could go for the middle, but the spread's pretty small. So I'm going to spend some time on the afternoon, but let's hear what people have to say.
Yeah, there's got to be some comments coming in here.
There is. Tomore talking about Atlanta says, I think Atlanta will come out with a lot of energy and push the tempo. Both teams like to run. I think the scoring will be higher early and drop late. Interesting.
Wait. I'm sorry, what?
He thinks the scoring will be high early and drop off late.
In which one?
In the Atlanta-Washington game.
Who said that?
Tomore.
Oh, that's not good. I think it's going to be relatively modest scoring early. Oh shit! So Tomore likes overs early, and then likes overs early in that game, and then to calm down later on, huh?
Oh, and Angel Romero backing up Al Max play, parlaying Puebla with Quintero.
I'm writing this down.
Plus 135.
So what is this? Puebla with the Querétaro. Querétaro. I'm gonna be on that one. Look, I made him. Yeah, hell yeah. when I can make lucrative Larry laugh. Querétaro. I'm gonna be on that one, and Puebla and Querétaro. I'm gonna be on that one. Shout out to Angel Romero. I hope one day we can meet this guy.
Yeah,
just so I can tell him, awesome job, dude.
Yeah.
To his face.
No doubt.
All right. Okay.
It is 22 minutes past the hour.
Yes,
and,
King Rail says Storm will not slow down the pace. Nothing better than Storm Mystics final.
I agree. That does make a lot of sense to me. But we have 15 games to get through and 23 minutes past the hour. So King Rail says Storm over tonight and Storm to win, debating money line or -4.
All right, I'm copying and pasting that. And King Rail just generally, and don't tell me what you think I want to hear. I want your honest opinion. What do you think about my play that I just made on Atlanta first quarter under? And I was also thinking about the first half under as well at 82.5. Tom Marino sees it the other way. He thinks it's going to be higher scoring to start, but I just took the first quarter under. Do you endorse that? No opinion? Do you disagree with it? And again, don't tell me what you think I want to hear. Tell me your honest opinion, King Rail. Thank you very much. What do you got?
Anthony L says got the future on the Storm and letting it ride. I can understand that, but I'd rather just to break even on the play here. But he's liking King Rail's liking Storm over. We got to get into this giant baseball card.
All right, let's get into the giant baseball card. Here we go. Giant baseball card once again. Texas. On my covers account, I took the Angels yesterday. I bet the Angels second half, which cashed. I also had the second half under, which pushed, and I had the Angels on the full game -1. And then after hearing everyone, I flipped it and took it back and went on the Rangers, and that was a big mistake. Today I'm definitely liking Texas. Texas -1 is a no-brainer play. Heaney, I don't trust Heaney here. He's coming off a good start, but I think he's probably going to get hit. Minor's been good. I would also be leaning Texas team total overs, but to start, I'm just going to take Texas -1. That's my first pick of the day. I did bet that one on the overnight line, and that was a solid size bet. -122 on the money line, and I'm going to check the run line right now. Go ahead, Jim.
That makes perfect sense to me. I'm going to jump on that. I'll take the Rangers, just Rangers full game here. Money line. Heaney versus Minor, game time 83 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in. Heaney 8-8, 4.093. In 5 career starts, 4.09 ERA, 1.18 whip. In 5 career starts against the Rangers, he's being lit up by them. He looked excellent recently. That was a start against the Astros that smashed lefties. 6 scoreless, 5 hits, 1 walk. Impressive, but at Globe Life Park, he's being lit up. I love the way Minor's looking. He's 4-1 with a 2.64 ERA in his past 5 outings. There's still a huge talent discrepancy on offense. Angels are hitting just 223, 660 OPS versus lefties. Rangers are hitting 241, 720 OPS versus lefties. And Gallo just smashes lefties. So, yes, I will be on Rangers full game.
And wow, just some late interesting comments coming in on my over. Look at this. King Rail says, I don't like the first quarter, Pete. To be honest, I like over 41. Antoine Seymour says, both games over tonight. And Al Mack says, over 41 seems like free money. Wow. So strong opinions from King Rail and Al Mack liking the over 41 in the first quarter. And Antoine Seymour likes both games over in general.
Al Mack also liking second half overs in both games.
Wow. Jay the Gifted says, hey, Loshak and Jimmy went
I was
11-2 over the weekend after my
Beautiful.
Virginia Tech plus 7.5 and 6-1 with college football totals. Very nice, Jay the Gifted. Very nice.
Get it, Jake.
All right, so what do you want here? Texas money line?
Yeah.
All right, minus 122 is what you're getting. I'm taking Texas -1. The money line is minus 122, and the run line is plus 160. Plus 160. All right, Jimmy the Bag, what else do you want here?
Well, what do I think is simple? But now I guess I'm confused with the market move towards the over in the Dodgers-Angels game. I want to go right back to I'm certainly going to go first 5, but I'm not sure if I'm going to go full game. Let's get to it. Vargas is pitching well. I know Rich Hill has terrible numbers against the Mets. That doesn't concern me at all. This is a totally different Mets squad. A Mets squad that can't hit lefties, 244, 644 OPS. Dodgers have trouble with lefties, 237.04 OPS. Vargas is 3-0 with a 1.99 ERA over his last 4 starts. I guess it took him a little while to have all 3 pitches going. He says he has all 3 pitches going right now, and that's changed everything for him. I feel like I'm going to go right back to the well here, and I'm certainly doing that. And Nostra already liking Paco Healy's Padres play, which we will get into that. But I'm going to jump on the first 5 under. Why do you think the full game, is it the bullpens being used up last game?
Which one?
That for the Mets-Dodgers?
That one that was the last game on the slate. I did not look into that one. I have no real opinion on that one.
Well, I'm certainly going to jump on the first 5. There's an 8.5 being hung at Bookmaker. It's already gone up a full run. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, it's gone up a full run. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, Vargas is iffy. I don't really have an opinion on this one as yet.
All right, first 5 under.
First 5 under. Where you're seeing 8.5 at Bookmaker. I'll refresh now, but I'm not seeing. Bookmaker does tend to bounce back and forth minute by minute here. Let me see. I'm seeing 8 -1. I'm seeing the best line would be 8 plus 104. I'm not seeing any, or 105.
I'm just doing first 5, but I have 8.5 minus
sorry.
119 here at Bookmaker. Let me see if that's a stale line.
Okay. So you're just doing the first 5 then?
Oh, you're right. That's changed out. Then now it's 8 plus 100.
Okay, so what do you want here?
I'm just doing first 5.
LA Dodgers, first 5 innings under.
Yeah.
Okay, under, and that will be 4.5 minus 114 at Pinnacle. 4.5 minus 114 at Pinnacle. Dodgers, first 5 innings, under, minus 114 at Pinnacle. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Yes, now Gant is listed as a starting pitcher for St. Louis. Let's talk about the Boston-Atlanta game, right? Newcomb is as we saw, Newcomb, when he came up, big potential, but had control issues and got hit most starts. Then he figured out his problems and was awesome, ace-like. Now it looks like he's coming crashing back down. I'd be leaning, at the very least, Boston first 5 team total over and Boston -1. I did bet Boston -1 on the overnight line. What do you think here, Jim?
See, I think Newcomb's susceptible, but so is Porcello.
Definitely.
My first thought was Braves first 5 team total over. And
I would be leaning both of those.
I like that better than the Red Sox. Game time temp 85 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in sideways softly. Porcello won last start August 14th. Since then, he's allowed 12 runs in 17 innings over his past 3 starts. Good career numbers against Atlanta. And he's also been much better on the road than at home, whereas Newcomb's been much better. 2.73 ERA. Oh, no, rest. And 3.12 ERA on the road, much worse at home. Also, Newcomb has a 2.73 ERA with 5 or more days rest compared to 5.61 on regular days rest. Newcomb has allowed 18 runs in his last 13 and a third. I feel like maybe we should take overs all across the board here.
That's what I was thinking. I will start off with Boston first 5 team total over, which will be 2 minus 134 at Pinnacle, unless I can get a better line somewhere else. Boston first 5 innings team total over 2 minus 134. It does make me a little bit nervous because I'm not totally sure that I'm assuming that Newcomb is wearing down and that he will have some various control issues and all that and the like and whatnot. But I'm not 100% guaranteed that that's going to happen. But I think at just 2. With how much he's struggled and who is in this lineup, I have to take a shot with it. First 5 innings, team total over 2, minus 134. Any other opinions coming in on this one?
Yeah, I'll jump on that too.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. Boston, first 5, team total over 2 minus 134, and I was also leaning Boston on the second half here because, as you said, Porcello is no great shakes. Let me find out what that line would be. Boston second half just minus 125, and I'll take that one as well. Boston second half minus 125. I'll take that one. So I'll take Boston second half minus 125 as well. I'm a little bit nervous because the wind does appear to be blowing a little bit in here, so maybe Newcomb will have a little bit of a better start than we're expecting here. But for now, I will take take it. Boston first half team total over 2. I might pull it back in the afternoon show, and Boston second half at minus 125.
Well, I will take. What is the first 5 over in Red Sox Braves, and has there been any movement?
The first 5 over probably is going to be 5. Let me see. Kobe Valentine likes Boston to win 6-3. The first 5 over in the Boston game is 5 plus money or 4.5. 4.5 minus 120 or 5 plus 105.
I will take first 5 over 4.5.
All right, Jim's going to take Atlanta, Boston. First 5 innings over 4.5 minus 120. That is at Pinnacle, Intertops, and a few other places. 4.5 minus 120. All right, what else do we want to talk about here? Any comments coming in for MLB?
Yeah, Lou H liking Rays money line, Phillies over 7. Big Ragu liking Red Sox on the run line. Mally Mal says Rick Porcello is a first 5 machine. Dave LA liking Red Sox money line. I agree with the Rays play of Lou H. I agree. I just feel like the Jays are just a bad baseball team, and Gaviglio is not going to change that. Toronto didn't even know who to start. I don't even know if they want to start Gaviglio at this point. But it says Baraki here. I couldn't tell. I was getting mixed. So is it Baraki? Is it Baraki?
I don't know. I'm going to check. But
I had Baraki. Let me check on. But I had Baraki at first, but then I switched to Gaviglio.
Nathan Stiff Parlay says Boston will definitely win tonight on R2D2 Finland. I'm once again the only one on under with Boston. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't necessarily be liking the full game over here at all. And I admit, I like Boston here. I probably will throw them on -1 as well. But I do feel a little bit nervous about this first 5 team total over. I agree with you, R2D2 Finland. I'm not all over the over in this one either. I just had to fade Newcomb with this first 5 innings. But you know, R2D2 Finland, though, does think Red Sox will win tonight. MVB Sports Picks over is the call, and Kobe Valentine liking Boston to win 6-3. And Brian Clark says, "Nice hats, guys. Thank you very much, Brian Clark." Yes, very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's Baraki, not Gaviglio. So I'm gonna need to spend some more time on this game. I don't know why I switched over to, because initially in the morning I had Baraki, and then I thought Gaviglio was moving to start. So I'm gonna have to take more time and not jump all over it. But again, like, it doesn't matter who is pitching for the Jays. The Rays just have their number. Won 8 out of 10. They won 12 out of 14 overall. Jays have lost 6 of 8. John Cherry says, Jimmy, how's Spidey doing? Miss those old videos, man. Changes to Juju. Bring one back, content god. Thank you very much. I should go over and see. I should go over and see Spidey. Maybe I'm going to do that in between shows.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm going to need more time because I need the pitching change here with the Rays. So why don't you pick a game?
All right, let me see. All right, well, let's talk about the. Why don't we talk about the Giolito start? Giolito has been a little bit better. Not too bad, not too shabby. He has been better recently, and you know, he's running up some high pitch counts though. So who knows if right when he starts to do better, you know, all of a sudden he'll start to wear down. But can he do it again here? Again, it's a relatively easy assignment against Detroit. Liriano, I've definitely been fading him. I was thinking about, you know, the Detroit first 5 innings team total under, Detroit second half maybe. Full game under, second half under might be good. It's a kind of a high line for the White Sox, so I'm not sure if I'd want to take them in the minus 150s or wherever they are right now. But it's definitely an interesting matchup. What do you think, Jim?
Yeah, the line is a little tricky. You don't want to take the White Sox as this big of a favorite, but maybe a team total over makes sense. And if you're going to take them first 5, because we want to fade Liriano, you'd have to take him at least minus a half run, which is not what you really want to be doing here. Game time 83 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in. Again, there's a lot of wind blowing in, not real strong, but a lot of games where wind's blowing in. White Sox won 8 of 11. Tigers have lost 8 of 10. Liriano gave up 5 runs, 4 earned on 7 hits and 4 in the third against the Yankees. And that was a pretty weak Yankee lineup. He drew the loss against Chicago, 5 runs, 6 hits, 6.38 ERA at guarantee rate field. Giolito looks great, 3.0, 2.84 ERA in his last 3 starts, limited opponents to a 191 batting average. He looks great. Tigers can't hit righties. White Sox are okay against lefties. I think the White Sox are the play here. SM says I'm not laying minus 70 win on the money line with the White Sox. I get it. Detroit once again under, says R2D2 Finland.
Yeah.
White Sox win. Kobe says Chicago playing well ever since they brought up Kopech. He's given an upside for Chicago, and they're all just playing well.
All right, I'm making some official picks here. I will take the full game under 9 minus 124. That's the line at Pinnacle. And the second half under, which I like better, Detroit White Sox second half under 3.5 minus 115. I like that one a lot better, but I'll throw on the full game under at 9 minus 124 too. And I will also, I think I will throw on the Detroit first 5 innings team total under, which will be, where is that one? Minus 120. I'm going to throw that one on as well. Detroit first 5 innings team total under. I'm going to be a believer in Giolito here. First 5 innings, team total under 2 for Detroit, -120. Full game under 9, -124. Second half under 3.5, -115. And those are all going to be official plays for me.
That makes sense. I still want to. I mean, Nostra's eyeing -2.5 with the Tigers for a huge score.
Really? And Nostra, is that because you think that Giolito...
No, he says Giolito's been pitching better, but he's still someone he kind of wants to fade. What would I... I want to take the White Sox first 5, but how do you do that? You'd have to take them to actually win the first 5, -0.5 run.
Well, I'm taking the first 5 team total under for Detroit. That's what
was that
2 -120, which is it's a big ask for Giolito to go 5 innings and hold them to 1 or fewer runs. But how's Detroit's lineup looking right now, Jim? Terrible, right?
Flipper13 says, I love Tigers, but my sides are coin toss past few days. Kobe says, I think the line is trappish. People seeing White Sox big line will run to Detroit, but I think Giolito shuts him down. He's been solid of late. You know, I'm going to make a quick, I'm going to go with Devo Lane, but I am going to lay the half run. I'm going to take White Sox first 5.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm putting some bets in here. What else am I doing here? Let me just figure out what the hell I'm doing here. All right. So what do you want here, Jim?
I want White Sox first 5 -0.5 run.
All right, White Sox first 5 -0.5. Let's see, where is that? White Sox first 5 -0.5. That will be -115 at a bookmaker. The best line there. That will be a White Sox first 5 innings, -0.5 run, -115. That is the current line at bookmaker. And again, I'm being a little risky. I'm putting a lot of faith in Giolito, but I'm taking the full game under 9 -124. Second half under 3.5 -115. I like that one the most out of all of these. And Detroit first 5 innings, team total under 2 -120. That is at Heritage right now. Okay, so let's see. What else do we have?
Reds, Pirates, Cody Reed versus Musgrove. Game time temp 90 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in very softly. Pirates scored more than 3 runs for the first time in 7 games. Reds have lost 9 yesterday. Reds have lost 9 of 12. Reed's looked good. Did not get a decision. Gave up 1 run, 3 hits, 4 2/3. AAA Louisville this year, he went 4-8, but 3.92 ERA, 1.33 WHIP, 105 Ks and 105 2/3 with just 33 walks. Musgrove does not look great right now. He gave up 5 runs in 6 innings last out. He started that game with 21 straight strikes. Musgrove's only career start against Cincinnati, he gave up 6 runs in 4 1/3. That was in July 17th when the Reds were just rolling. I'm curious about this spot. I don't have a play on it. Do you have a move on the Reds Pirates?
No, but I'm adding on Detroit second half -115. Detroit second half -115. Look at this comment from Nostratota. Everyone listen up. With the projected lineups, I have Detroit as a favorite, hoping Jones, Matuk, Reyes, and Lugo are all in playing for jobs. So Nostratota has Detroit as a favorite with the projected lineups, despite the fact that Liriano is scheduled to start. So that makes me think that the second half has even more value. I'm going to take Detroit on the second half here as well, but again, I'm liking the second half under more than anything. And what was your question?
Just Pirates Reds.
Oh, Pirates Reds. That's a tough one. I have. Let me see what my notes are on that one for a second. Hold on. Pirates Reds. Let me see. Okay. Who's here? This guy Fade the Bag is here again. Hey, Fade the Bag, could you be useful and would you mind doing a little bit of research and find how we can get some information on the German Bundesliga handball league? That would actually be helpful. You know what I'm saying? We know Jimmy has a shitty record in baseball. He's not trying to hide it from anyone. If you wouldn't mind being a little bit helpful and figure out if that would really help me out. If you could find out where we can find reliable information on the German Bundesliga handball league, I would really appreciate that, Fade the Bag. Thank you very much. Carry on. All right, go ahead, Jim.
Royals, Indians, Duffy, Clevenger. Game time temp 82 Fahrenheit, wind blowing out 5 miles per hour, very softly.
I think we should make Fade the Bag part of our team. Make him our handball specialist, handball information specialist. He doesn't have to cap the games. He just has to provide us with reliable information for handball.
That's not easy.
It's definitely not, but he's up for it. He's up for it. Definitely. All right, let's move on.
Multi-talented.
Yes.
It's nice having these guys, you know. But Anna Merrick blocked him. We don't block. We don't block haters. Fade Bag says he's on it.
No, thank you very much. Thank you. If he can accomplish this, I will be impressed.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't find jack shit. All right, I'm going to have to involve some machine learning to try to fucking translate some German articles into English, back into German, back into... I don't know how I'm going to do it because I couldn't find jack shit. All right, let's go, Jim.
Royals have won 6 straight. Indians have now lost 3 straight. Duffy 8-11, 4.72 ERA, 1.46 WHIP. 18 career appearances against Cleveland. He's been destroyed. 3 starts against Indians this year. He's been destroyed. 0-3, 10.80 ERA. Clevenger looks so much better. You know, you have to take the Indians on a super run line, or you know, at least a run line to get any type of value. And I'm hesitant to do that. You know, the Indians aren't playing well. I don't really want to get in the way of these streaks. I'm very hesitant to do that. I'm not making a move on this Indians Royals game. I'd like to see. Like to hear who, what if anybody does have a play on this, but I'm off of it.
That is a tough one. It seems to me, I made no bets on the overnight line, and I was thinking that maybe, I don't know, the question, Duffy's off 2 nice starts, and this is totally based on gut feel, which in 2018 you should not be doing. Feels like it's a start where he might implode a little bit here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's been destroyed by the Indians. Mally Mal says the streak will end tonight. Yeah, it's you know, I'm not making a move on that game. Why don't we just keep rolling because we have so many games to get through?
Yeah, go ahead. I was thinking about KC second half and maybe you know, Cleveland first 5 team total over or full game team total over. All right, go ahead, Jim.
Mally Mal says Indians destroy him. What's the line at? You know,
I mean, it's a massive line here. And Clevenger's been good. How long is this going to last? Kobe Valentine, I believe, Kobe Valentine's the one who has never been too high on Clevenger in general.
And I was high on him. And I guess -1.5 is not too bad. You're getting, the line is moved in Cleveland's favor. It opened at -105, -1.5. Now -115s, -120s, -125 at wager.
Look at this shit. People are talking about the Google Translate thing. Nostra says, I feel you, Pete. That's why I stopped Japanese baseball. Flipper13 says, that's why I stopped Mexican soccer a few years back. Unreal. Yeah, what people will do. It used to be, back in the old days, all you'd want to do is get the local newspaper sent to you from a friend of yours who lived in Minnesota or something. Now it's now this is what guys are doing, using Google Translate to translate articles poorly. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Jim.
Well, George asking if I ever bet the Greyhounds. I don't. I just I focus. If I'm betting the Greyhounds, I'm drunk and need to be taken out. But Royals, Indians, I'm going to stay off at this point. Let's talk Phillies, Marlins. Are the Marlins live here? Arrieta looks terrible. Game time temp 84 Fahrenheit. I'm expecting the roof to be open. Here. It's a nice night in Miami. Phillies have lost 3 straight. Arrieta 99, 3.54 ERA, 1.24 WHIP. 0-3 with a 6.30 ERA in his past 4 starts. He's allowed 8 earned runs in his past 9 innings, including 4 homers. He looks bad. You know, and he's looked bad against the Marlins this year. 1-1, 4.91 ERA in 3 starts against the Marlins. Richards looks good. Past 7 starts, 3.49 ERA. Are the Marlins a live dog here? Are they?
Who are they playing against?
The Phillies.
Yeah, and you know, listen, I did bet. I made a minimum bet on the Marlins on the overnight line, and I think I got a better line than, I think I got in the +130s. I forgot the exact line that I got, but yes, I did take a shot with the Marlins. Nothing crazy, and if I was going to give a pick, I'd probably go with a bigger score. Go for a bigger score with the alternative run line and take them -1, which is +325 on the -1.5 at Bet365. Yeah, it does feel like the Marlins once again are getting a little bit disrespected, a little bit undervalued here. Not sure if I want to take a shot with that, but I did bet him small on the overnight line.
Yeah, it makes sense. Anthony L likes the Marlins. Thomas says Richards one of the best in MLB at limiting home runs. Area looks like he's wearing down. Phillies depend on power. I'm on Miami. Kobe Valentine says do not back Philadelphia away. Team Money says Phillies playing horrible. John Roy says Arrieta tired arm. R2D2 Philadelphia Marlins under tonight. Trust me.
Philly and the Marlins under. Who said that? John Roy.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
No, R2D2 from Finland.
Yeah, I mean the Marlins team total is just 1.5, and Arrieta definitely looks like he's winding down. Do we think Arrieta is going to have a good start? Because I was expecting, I suspected that this would be a 1.5 based on the math, and I have here in my notes Miami first half team total over maybe.
Yeah, I can understand that. Arrieta has shown no reason to back him. The Phillies have shown no reason to back them. Molly Mouse says Arrieta not good versus Miami. It's tough. I get it. Superior Sports says Phillies are done, looking like they've quit. Arthur Mead Jr. says good afternoon.
Yeah, shout out to Arthur Mead. All right, let's keep moving on. What else is interesting here, Jim? The games with overnight lines I didn't have. Baltimore Seattle is interesting. I cashed with the second half under on that one yesterday, and on my personal account, I also had the full game under. Now we have Cobb and LeBlanc. LeBlanc continues to be okay. Cobb continues to have some upside. I'd be feeling the same way as yesterday. Slight lean to the under and a bit of a stronger lean to the second half under. What do you think?
John Cherry says only 8 pitchers have 6.5 plus ERAs and 5 or more starts at Safeco in the last 10 years. Cobb is one of them. He says I might have to hammer them tonight. Pete and Jim, take a look.
What he's saying, the Cobb pitches well at Safeco.
Terrible.
Oh, terribly at Safeco. That's
Mariners are 5 and over the Orioles this year. Cobb has blister problems again. Can't grip the ball right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's big. He has a 2-4 record with a 7.14 ERA versus Seattle. LeBlanc still pitches well, continues to pitch well. Orioles don't hit lefties, 231, 659 OPS. Mariners are hitting 257 with a 731 OPS versus righties.
All right, I'm throwing on the second half under 3.5 minus 135. I had a winner with that one yesterday, and I will go back to that. Well, second half under 3.5 minus 135. That's an official pick there for me. Baltimore and Seattle, second half under 3.5 minus 135. I've added that one on. All right, what else do we have, Jim?
That makes sense. Let's talk about the game that I am very interested in. Yankees at Athletics, Happ versus Hendricks. You know, when the Jays got rid, didn't get rid, when the Jays traded away Liam Hendricks, we were upset. We thought he was a nice bullpen piece, and we were a good team back then. He certainly does not look like a good bullpen piece. Game time, 63 Fahrenheit, wind blowing out at 12 miles per hour. Now, he left his last start. He was the opener in his last start here with Days. He actually hadn't allowed a run, but there was 2 runners on base with 2 out, and the guy hit a double, which cost Hendricks his ERA. Yankees now lost 5 of 8. Are they just a simple fade? Happ 15 and 6, 4.0 ERA, but he hasn't seen the A's this year. Had success against them in the past, 4-1, 3.69 ERA. But I'm hesitant because I know that these A's have been using their bullpen extensively lately, and going for a whole bullpen day, I'm hesitant to hammer them. Jesse Dykstra loves the over in the A's Yankees game.
Yeah, that game did not have an overnight line, so I did not look at it. And in general, it makes me nervous. I definitely liked Oakland yesterday. I had a first 5 team total over and -1. Both of them were bets. Both of them were my leans column. Both of them I did not have the balls to give. So I'm a little bit annoyed, or a lot annoyed by that. But yeah, that is a game that didn't have an overnight line. So I have no opinion on that one as of right now.
Padres, Diamondbacks, Luke Casey versus Robbie Ray. Arizona has lost 4 in a row and 6 of 8. They've scored 14 runs in those 8 games with a high of 3. Luke Casey made 2 consecutive quality starts after giving up 5 runs in 4 innings to these Diamondbacks. His last 2 losses have come against these Diamondbacks. 0-4, 7.71 ERA in 4 starts against them, 2 at home, 2 on the road. Arizona has 5 homers and 16 runs off him in 18 2/3. Ray giving up 1 run in each of his past 2 starts, but it's not quite as good as it looks. 15 base runners in 10 1/3. Ray's made 2 starts against the Padres this year, giving up 7 runs and 9 walks. So both these pitchers are being touched by their opponents. Padres are hitting 241, 709 OPS versus lefties. Diamondbacks 249, 748 versus lefties. Diamondbacks hitting lefties quite hard, much harder than they're hitting righties. Is Luke Casey an opportunity for the Diamondbacks to step up their offense and get out of this
I'm not exactly sure. Let me ask you one quick question. The Pittsburgh and Cincinnati lineups, how are they looking in general? How is the Pittsburgh lineup in general, Jim?
Well, Pittsburgh just hasn't been scoring. Right. Yesterday was the first day that they scored over 3 runs in their last 7
And the
games.
Reds, how about the Reds lineup?
The Reds lineup is...
they have some power in there.
They have some power, but again, they're just not running like they were.
Yeah. All right, I'm taking the Pittsburgh-Cincinnati second half under 3.5 minus 125. I'm adding that one on there as well. Pittsburgh-Cincinnati second half under 3.5 minus 125. Yeah, the San Diego game. Listen, yesterday did not have the balls to take San Diego as a big dog. I did have the Arizona first 5 team total over, which lost. But I also had San Diego in the second half at plus 130, and that one cashed. And today it feels like San Diego would once again be the play, especially on the alternative run line.
Yeah, or the over. What is the line at? Nut Flush Out said, Jimmy, my boy just got called up to pitch for the A's, Aaron Brooks. I actually looked at Aaron Brooks. Yeah, he's been throwing well. He's got heat, and his wife was his teacher.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. Nice. We can get some inside info on that guy. Dave LA's on Padres Diamondbacks over, and I want to jump on that as well. You know,
it's headed down a little bit. 8. It's at 7.5. Pinnacle has 8 juice to the under. 7.5 other places. What do you want? You could get 7.5 minus 110 or 8 plus 112.
I'll take over 7.5 minus 1.
All right, Jim's going to take San Diego, Arizona over 7.5 minus 110. That's at Bookmaker and Heritage. And, okay, Pinnacle has 8 plus 112. All right, so you're taking the over there. I'm tempted to take shots with San Diego -1, shots with Miami -1 as far as some of these big dogs are concerned.
Flipper says if you like both San Diego and the over, parlay that shit. I'm not. I clearly San Diego holds all the value, but I don't know if I'm going to take them here. Port Wando's on the Diamondbacks run line. Jesse Dexter said Diamondbacks only scored 14 runs in the last 8 games, but their troubles mainly against righties. Nolly Nose says don't take that over, Jimmy.
Yeah, the San Diego team total is 3.5 at plus money, and here, 3.5 at plus money. So that might be that's a little bit tempting there.
I feel you. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable taking this over 7.5. I feel like it's something that I can get to.
All right, so let's review all the picks very quickly. Jimmy the Bag has taken San Diego, Arizona over 7.5. White Sox first half -0.5, -115. Texas money line -122. Dodgers first half under 4.5. Boston first half team total over 2. Atlanta, Boston first half over 4.5. My picks are as follows: Detroit White Sox second half under 3.5. Detroit White Sox under 9. Detroit first half team total under 2. Detroit second half money line -115. Boston second half -125. Texas -1. Boston first 5 team total over 2. Cincinnati Pittsburgh second half under 3.5, and Boston Seattle second half under 3.5. I also gave in the WNBA game Atlanta first quarter under 41, and a lot of better handicappers than I at WNBA are disagreeing with that opinion. Tom Marino, King Rail, Al Mack, and maybe some others all disagreeing. That might have been the wrong play. I didn't look into that game deeply. That was just how I was feeling about this game before I I looked into it deeply, and I decided to pull the trigger on it as an official pick, but that was might have been a mistake. Again, those are my picks so far. Leans I'm thinking about: definitely Boston -1, definitely San Diego -1, definitely Miami -1, just for just thinking that there might be a little bit of value there. Other leans, a lot of games didn't have overnight lines with a pitching change in St. Louis and Washington. I have to recap that one.
Also, the Twins Astros. I'm not sure if it.
That one didn't have an overnight line either.
Anthony L's on Twins team total over 2.5 at -120. That's a tiny team total. 2.5 -120. Game time temp 81 Fahrenheit. Wind blowing sideways. May making his first start since August 14, 2015, but he's looked great out of the bullpen. 1.88 ERA, 0.91 through 14 and a third, 22 Ks in those 14 and a third, just 3 walks. Now he's 11.57 ERA over 5 career appearances against the Astros, but that's such a tiny sample size. Verlander just threw 7 shutout innings. April 9th, beginning of the year when he was rolling against these Twins. 13-9, 2.78 ERA, 0.95 WHIP. Has great numbers against Minnesota. Twins hit righties okay, but you've seen the drop in their offense without Rosario. This is a game. These 2 games I want to discuss before we move on. I don't have a play here, but the Twins team total over just 2.5 seems very appealing. Does it not?
That didn't have an overnight line. I didn't look into it. Obviously, Verlander has been iffy recently. Strikeouts are up, but definitely giving up home runs. At first blush, when I think about it, yes, it does feel appealing, Jim.
Yeah, it certainly does. I'm gonna look into it as well, but wow, I think that Anthony L's on one right there. Q Peso says back to work for me. Also, peace. We love you, Q Peso, and we send our best to your family and to sweet Lobagalin.
What do we think about Duffy again for KC? Because I'm thinking about pulling the trigger on Cleveland first 5 team total over, maybe the full game team total over as well. What do we think about Duffy again?
Well, we know that he gets destroyed by the Indians, but the Indians have lost 3 straight and aren't playing very well. And Duffy's coming off 2 good starts. So, what are we thinking? Not entirely sure. Not entirely sure.
Did any comment section comment, people? Kobe Valentine, Tom Marino, Tomor, and others. What do we think about Duffy? Because I'm thinking about pulling the trigger. Cleveland, first 5 team total over 2.5 -135, and maybe the full game team total over 4.5 as well. Then maybe coming back on KC on the second half. I know KC's playing well right now, but Duffy, is he going to get hit here again? Would love to. People are already talking about NFL here. Any comments? Anthony L, Tom Marino, Tomor, Kobe Valentine, Al Mack, any opinions on Danny Duffy? Because I'm thinking about timing a bad start from him here.
Makes sense. So we'll wait for these. Anthony L says parlay Indians and the under for plus 180. So he obviously he's taking the under. He thinks that Duffy might have an okay start.
Yeah.
But he does like the Indians. There's only one more game I really want to get to, and then we'll talk about this.
Go
Falcons
to it.
spot.
Yes, I'm waiting. I know people already made their comments about Duffy, but I would love to hear them again. If you have any insights.
Sean Thompson says Duffy gets hit today. Nathan Stiff Parlay says Verlander should hold down KC. You mean Minnesota? Verlander should hold down Minnesota. Devo Lane says if Duffy was home, I would bet the Royals. Blue 8 says Kansas City team total over 3 is covered last 9 games. Interesting.
Dave LA likes the first 5 over, Pete. I was thinking about as well.
Interesting.
Yes.
Well, why don't we wait for these stuff to come in, and I'm going to talk Giants Rockies. Rodriguez versus Marquez. Game time temp 78 Fahrenheit with the wind blowing in. Sort of strong, not quite double digits, but strong. But it is Colorado. So one important thing that Tomor would talk about. And Noster saying September is a great month to bet baseball. Fringe MLB pitchers and players, so much volatility. Go for big scores, Jimmy. Sell runs, alternate overs, reverse run lines, first 5 big plus money. That's an important point, and that's something I've not been using enough. Is his plus EV spots all the time when I'm taking too many minus spots. Derek Rodriguez versus German Marquez. Oh, and Anthony L says Duffy will get hit some, but Clevenger will shut down the Royals.
And here we go. Arthur Meade Jr. To Peter Loshak and Jimmy the Bag, you both are the best by far in your analysis, whether we win or lose. I enjoyed this show. This show is the best by far. Arthur Meade Jr., thank you very much.
Yeah,
and yes, so we also try to entertain by looking a little bit humorous every day. Right now, I look like a Puerto Rican, a fisherman, a Dolphins special teams coach from the 90s. Lots of different things I was told.
Jockey?
Yes, a unicorn jockey. Lots of different things. Huge shout out to you, Arthur Meade Jr. Thank you very much.
Unicorn jockey's my favorite.
Yes, trying to bring some light into people's fucking lives. All right.
Unicorn jockey from King Rail. Day Cash 23, Flower 123 likes the under on Rockies Giants tonight. Tomor made a very good point, and it came to fruition in Rodriguez's
one quick, we have
to
a question from Kyle Jack.
Sure.
How much do we love Kyle Jack? Hey guys, when are we hitting college football? We're not because the mandate of this show is to cover the games that are going that day. Jimmy and I still have to figure out when we're going to touch on NFL and college football, but I'm realizing now we should have a regular schedule each week for what shows we are going to talk about NFL and college football, because we have to. You know what I'm saying? We can't just ignore it.
We'll put that together maybe today or at least in the next 24 hours.
Great question, Kyle Jack, and we will get on it as soon as we can.
DJ Big Boss says you look like an extra in Miami Vice.
Thank you very much, DJ Big Boss. Thank you. I do kind of look like that. Thank you very much.
Derek Rodriguez, German Marquez. Now, Tomor's point was that Rodriguez, and I believe this was Tomor's point, was that Rodriguez looks very good the first time he sees teams. And in his last start, it was the second time he'd seen an opponent, and they touched him. Remember, this is a guy who couldn't get out of Double-A in the Minnesota Twins farm system last year until he signed as a free agent for no money with the Giants. Rodriguez, 6-2, 2.47 ERA, 1.04 WHIP. He's been incredible. Last start against Arizona, who'd seen him once, gave him 3 runs, 5 hits, 4 walks, and 5 innings. Marquez is a beast right now. Coming off a no decision where I backed him heavily and lost, but he had 13 strikeouts, 8 innings. Just the Rockies couldn't put up any runs. Lost in 13 innings. 3 starts against the Giants. He's got touched, but I just feel like he's different right now. He's throwing different. He pitched at least 6 innings in 6 of his past 7 starts. During that stretch, 3-1, 2.17 ERA, 61 Ks in 49 2/3, 61 Ks to 10 walks. Very impressive. Giants can't hit righties. Giants lineup is decimated. Rockies aren't hitting with any power against righties. This is an interesting spot. I would like to take the Rockies. The total's got to be the lowest total of the year in Coors Field.
No, it's just 9.5. There were lots of 9.5s. There've definitely been 9s at Coors this year. I did just because I actually did bet the under at 10, not because I think it's a good bet, just because I strongly suspected that the line would move, and it definitely did. So I beat that opener by by a half run. I did bet the under. I'm not convinced it's a good bet though. I'm on it. I'm going to wait to see a little bit more. I locked in the 10. I beat the line move, which I expected to happen, but I'm still not sure what I think about this game. And once again, as a big underdog, I'd be leaning San Francisco. And there's been a 30-cent move
Al
in favor.
Mack, of course, of all people who would be able to do this. Of course, it's Al Mack. I will DM you my handball website.
Does he actually have them?
Oh yeah, man. The guy just knows every sport around the world. I mean, he just sleeps and breathes it.
So let me get this straight. handball websites don't exist on Google, but they exist on Al Mac's computer or Al Mac's bookmarks. Mm-hmm. Oh man. Oh my God! Because I'm telling you, do a fucking maybe I should have just searched for handball in general and not the German Bundesliga site. But I searched for German Bundesliga. I searched handball for the general, and it's just nothing, literally nothing. I got a couple of articles from like 2013. You got a couple articles from like September 1st. But Al Mac has handball websites, does he?
Of course he does.
Oh, Al Mac, baby. Al Mac, baby.
Big Ragu asking what's up with the Coors Fade. I was going to do it every day all year, but I've slowed down on it and just decided to pick my spots in the last month of the year. And I can't back this offense, but we saw this weak offense put up 8 runs yesterday. R2D2 says, yes, Rockies money line tonight. I can't just take the money line. What is it? The Rockies are too big of a favorite.
Yeah, again, a 30-cent line move in favor of the Rockies. Opened in the 150s, now up to the 180s. Bookmaker 195. It's up bet 365 minus 200 already. It's shooting up. Opened in the minus 150s. I would have to be leaning San Francisco here, but I'm not going to bet this one. Again, I did bet the under at 10, but I don't like that one. I was like, this line is definitely going to get bet down, and it did. Or not definitely, but I was like, I just have to act now, and it did. So this game I'm passing on.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do. Certainly not going to take him on the money line. Mally Mal saying the under over there. If I was going to take an under in this game, I would do a first 5 under. I wouldn't take the full game under just because you get to these pens and then you can start scoring runs. What is the first 5 under here? Coors Field. First 5 quickly. And then I'd just like to touch. There was a ton of stuff coming in on that Thursday game, so I'd just like to touch on it briefly.
Yeah.
I copied and pasted some of the comments just before.
Sure. But it's only Tuesday. Holy crap.
What is the first 5.5?
And Kobe Valentine. I got a website that has head-to-head comparisons for goal comparisons for handball. I will send it to you as well. Very nice. Maybe I just suck at Google searches. I don't know. Wow. Man, thank you so much, Kobe Valentine. Really appreciate it. Yes. And I mean, the main reason is just so that I could do a Nazi accent while pronouncing the names. But I do think it's a kind of a market that I could have an edge in, though.
I agree. I agree. I'm going to hold off on that. But what if you were going to move on an
KG says, I have one too. Where should I send the link? KG, you can hit me up on Twitter in a DM, or my email is ploshak1@yahoo.com. ploshak1@yahoo.com, or hit me up on Twitter at ploshak. Send me a DM on Twitter. Thank you so much, KG. I would love to have it.
So R2D2 is on the run line. That does make more sense. Brief New York City said it's called a German accent, not a Nazi accent.
Oh, excuse me. Well, no. I mean, I wanted to because okay. I wanted to do the specific, But anyway,
Mr. Goger said, "What jersey is that, Jim? It's Costa Ricans soccer team, national soccer team jersey." Nosha says, "Good stuff, Pete."
Yeah, thank you very much. Wally George says, got some high-lie lines. Yeah, I don't. High-lie is fun. High-lie is the one sport that I think it's actually fun to go see live, but not bet. I have no interest in betting high-lie, although I think it's very funny. All right, go ahead.
Well, let's talk just briefly, because there were some comments down. Wyatt said Falcons +3.5, +3, +2.5. Write it down, Peter. And then and then SM says Falcons will be -10 by game time.
Wow.
Wentz, Jeffries, Jahi, Aguilar, all out or banged up. Take Atlanta now for value. Tomer says Eagles secondary and defensive line will be better this year. Bennett is a good upgrade over Curry. Cox looks great. He's lost weight. Tomer says Jones looks great in the secondary too. It's Pete Salvano says, I think the Eagles are a good play. Wait out all the public money moving the line on the Falcons. Get it late and be on the right side of that line. Do you have any feels now? We're about little less than 48 hours before kickoff to the NFL season.
No, I have no opinion on that game as yet. It's certainly interesting. It's maybe thinking about the under. I'm not exactly sure, but Al Mac grabbed Atlanta +2.5 a few days ago. Very nice.
Comore says, Pete, I don't think the line drops anymore. I think Sharps will hit the Eagles at -2.5 for no other reason than to set up a middle.
Kobe Valentine, answering my questions, says, I don't trust Duffy. I don't trust Clevenger. I don't trust KC. I don't trust Cleveland. Both should get touched. KC playing well. Cleveland can hit. Yeah, I was thinking about the first 5 over in that one, which would just be 4.5. concerned because both Duffy and Clevenger, even though, you might think that they're vulnerable, have been doing well recently. You know what I mean? Both Duffy and Clevenger have been getting good results. But I was thinking that the first 5 over might be a good play.
Anthony L says line was 4.5, now 2.5. Why would you bet the Falcons getting the worst of the number? Because I guess the belief is it's going to get even worse than this.
Yeah, exactly.
You're getting more information on who's going to be in the lineup.
Exactly.
It's going to get even worse. Interesting. DJ Big Boss, what a great guy. Man, I saw a video of our man Walter Trotter and Big Boss together, and it was magic.
Really?
Magic. So, Big Boss, Wham! We need Big Boss and Wham. We need a play of the day from you guys this week because you guys are magic together. And they said they're going to be into it. Red Girl's going to give us a video today.
Awesome.
MVP Sports Picks, our man Stucci is going to give us a video today. We're very excited about playing that on the afternoon shows.
All right, so I guess that's it. We'll be back at 6 o'clock Eastern time, of course, with a lot more analysis for MLB and a lot more analysis for WNBA. Go ahead.
23 Flower 123 says, is Texas Rangers the best play of the day, guys?
I'm definitely on that one. That was my biggest play on the overnight line. That was the one play that I was definitely going to be on, and I definitely took it. I got it in a line in the -1 teens. I took a -1, so I definitely like that one. I also do kind of significantly like Detroit White Sox second half under 3.5 -115. That would be my second best play of the day. The other plays are all kind of iffy, but those are the 2 plays I think are very solid. Texas -1 and Detroit White Sox second half under 3.5 -115. Let's go over the plays again. Jimmy the Bag's on San Diego, Arizona, over 7.5. White Sox first half -0.5. Texas money line. Dodgers first half under 4.5. Boston first half team total over. Atlanta, Boston, first half over. I'm on White Sox, Detroit, second half under. White Sox, Detroit, full game under. Detroit, first half team total under. Detroit, second half money line -115. Boston, second half money line. Texas -1. Boston, first 5 team total over. Cincinnati, Pitt, second half under. And Boston, Seattle, second half under. Plays that I'm definitely leaning towards our Boston -1, definitely leaning towards Cleveland KC, first 5 innings over, and some first 5 team total overs on that game as well. And that's pretty much it right now for my leans. And of course, in soccer, I'm going to be probably on Puebla and Querétaro, 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 Querétaro. Yes, that is from Angel Romero liking Querétaro. We're going to be on that one, and
Angel
that's
Romero
it.
and Al Mac.
Al Mac is on Querétaro also. Really, very, very nice. Any final words, Jimmy the Bag?
Just much love to you guys. Let's have a big day. I'm really excited about the afternoon show. We're going to have a Red Girl video. We're going to have an MVP Sports Pick video. And just thank you guys for being a part of this and making it so special.
We'll see you
we can't do it without you guys.
6 o'clock Eastern time.